Big Catch Tournament Expert Division, weekend round, hole number 5. Here we're going to be playing to the island with a P4 side spin 2+, win 3+ ball, and setting up for a Guardian backspin shot at the Albatross. It's a not a high percentage drop for the Albie, but this definitely, I think, gives you a good opportunity at a drop. So the drive is P5 plus 10% max, 6 top spin, 2 right spin, and you're either going to use, it's a half a ball of right curl. You're either going to use circle drop overpower or before circle drop overpower, depending on your wind. So if you got winds above 8 miles an hour, you need to use circle drop overpower. Anything below 8 miles an hour, you will use just before circle drop overpower on the drive. So below 8 is just before circle drop. 8 and above is circle drop overpower on the drive. P5 plus 10% max. This is our starting position. This is what we want to look for. So with spins added, we're placing our second bounce on that line right there where the rock and the grass meet. And it's halfway up, right? You should be roughly halfway up and down between here and here. Here's your references. All right, so with spin added, you want the second bounce touching that grass rock line right there on the side of the hill. APOC 8, your blue ring will be touching the rough on the top there. APOC 7, you'll have 1/3 of the blue ring will be in the rough on the top. And then APOC 5 and 6, you'll have roughly 2/3 of the blue ring in the rough on the top. Now, it's important to take note of the ring reference here because you can pull that target back and still get the same sort of bounce on your ball guide. So if you're not putting your ring references there, you may get a weird bounce and not get the consistent shot to the island like we have here. This has been a very consistent drive. It's been single great proof both sides, okay? So just pay attention, make sure your ring references are correct. Make sure with spin added you have the second bounce touching that rock grass line on the side of the hill. Pull straight, hit perfect. You have a good chance at this albatross, okay? Now, you may want to play this with a P4 ball. I'm playing with mostly with a luminary. The only reason I'm using this ball here was to test a higher wind to make sure it was safe. But most of my testing has been done with a luminary. I also did some testing with a Power 4 ball here. So, but the thing is, if you're using a Power 4 ball, you might have a little bit better of a chance to drop the albatross, because if you get a longer rollout on your drive, your min guardian might be a little too high up to get where you want to be, and you might either have to underpower it or pull it back after you adjust. And it's also going to make setting it up a little harder if you get a longer rollout on the drive. The approach, it's max backspin, half a bar right spin, and it plays P5 plus 20 max with an offset. Now here's the offset. You want the second bounce to be 2 squares above the hole and 4 squares right of the hole. So I'm right at min. That puts me about 2 squares above the hole. So that's 2 squares over, 3 squares. Now here's the tricky part, right? I get a glitchy ball guide there. So you're going to have to eyeball that 4th square over. But if you look, you see where that second bounce was after the glitch. Could also be a good reference for you. No overpower, no underpower unless you need it. And you see I come very, very close to this. If I'm just a hair over to the right, that's in the hole for albatross. So a good opportunity, a safe eagle with a good opportunity for a drop. A little bit of tweaking there, and she's in the hole. So good luck. I hope you get the drop, and we'll see you on the next hole.